Distance can be a major barrier to accessing quality healthcare on time. That's where Angel Flight East comes in. Welcome to Takeoff Talk with Angel Flight East, a nonprofit dedicated to providing free flights for children and adults who need medical treatment far from home. We don't know how many people forego medical care because they don't have accessible transportation, and that's what this podcast is here to change. Join passionate AFE staff members Jess Ames and Maddie Beck as they share real-life stories from people who have used AFE services to get the care they need when they need it.
Alrighty, hey frequent flyers, you are back with me, Maddie.
And me, Jess.
And today we have a grandmom of a passenger. We have Lynn joining us. So Lynn, are you able to tell us a little bit about your granddaughter, Kara, and the journey she's going through?
Oh, sure. Let's see. She's a teenager now. She's 13, but 11 years ago, she got burnt really bad. She pulled a cord on a crock pot and got burnt like 60-some% of her everything, face, body, everything. Shriners eventually came and got her and took her to Cincinnati. And after that, Angel Flight has been kind enough to fly her back and forth for all her checkups. So we're very blessed by the whole Angel Flight organization. It's been awesome. There was one particular flight I remember where the pilots took her one morning, and then I went to work. I worked a full day. I went back to the airport. Boom, there she was back. She'd been to Cincinnati. She'd had her checkup. Bam, all in one day. Angel Flight's wonderful. I can't say enough nice things about it. And now at this point, the Shriners have decided that she's doing great. And the scars she has on her left shoulder, it's all she knows and all her friends know. So it's nothing unusual for anybody to see Kara with her scars. And she's doing awesome. She's playing sports like crazy. She's loving softball and basketball and so volleyball and football, I think, was her fourth sport. She's doing awesome, and it's thanks to Angel Flight and all the trips where they've made it possible for Kara and her escort, whether it's her mom, her dad, whomever, to get her back and forth from here in Charlottesville, Virginia, to Cincinnati, Ohio, where the hospital is. So we're very blessed.
I was going to say, if you saw the picture of Kara today, you would never know what she had gone through as such a little girl. She looks perfect, and you would never know she had dumped crockpot contents and burned 60% of her body. So it's pretty remarkable how she looks today.
It is. It's totally remarkable. When she first got burnt, the entire left side of her face was mulberry colored. And, she had to wear compression garments and, she would scream when you put the compression garments on her. And now she's just this, vivacious teenage 13-year-old girl who's extremely active in sports. And it's awesome. It's amazing. You would never know. You would never know for sure.
Lynn, do you know how many flights you have taken with Angel Flight? And by you, I just mean you guys collectively.
Right. No, I don't. I just know that, I don't. It's been a lot. I've never kept record, and different people went depending on who was available, et cetera. And not all of our journeys. I mean, I think the initial time they came back commercial, but it's been a lot of flights. We've met a lot of nice people, a lot of nice pilots. Spouses of pilots, pets of pilots. It's been wonderful. And each pilot grouping has been different. And it's been awesome how many wonderful people. But yeah, it's been a lot of trips. I just don't remember exactly how many over the last 11 years.
I just looked it up, and it looks like we are just about 20 flights.
Oh my God, that's hard to believe. But yeah, I guess so. Yeah,
Do you
one
have
time.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just saying one time our local, one of our local car dealers, Carter Myers, he was our pilot, which was really, really cool. I don't remember if he was the one that took Kara to Ohio or he was the guy that brought her back, but it was nice to have somebody local be your Angel Flight pilot. And now whenever people talk about, going away for doctor's visits, I'm like, well, do you know about Angel Flight? Or if somebody says something about somebody flying, I'm like, oh, well, have you considered being a volunteer pilot for Angel Flight? So I can't help but throw that out there whenever the subject lends itself.
That's amazing. We always say you are our biggest fan, Lynn, especially on social media. If I know, the more people that know about us, the better. Yeah.
You took the words out of my mouth there, Jess.
That's hilarious. No, I love Angel Flight. And for those of people that don't know, I mean, we've never had to pay a penny. We've been so blessed. It's like it would have taken Melissa forever to constantly be making those trips. And as a single mom, it would have, cost her a fortune that she couldn't afford. So I can't say enough enough good things about Angel Flight. And would love to figure out what the magic solution is for getting the word out, because I am totally a big fan of Angel Flight for sure. We've been very honored to be a part. And when I think back, I can remember how we got hooked up with the Shriners, but I couldn't begin to tell you how Angel Flight came into our life. But God knows, you guys have been a blessing for sure.
That's so exciting. I feel like we're always looking for how did you find us? So that way we can keep growing that and whatever worked. But everybody's like, I don't know. You're just here.
For real, I'll have to ask Larissa's mom. Kara's mom, Larissa, my daughter, she might remember. And I know we heard about Shriners because Larissa's aunt's husband had gotten burnt extremely bad. So they kept pressuring us in the very beginning, let the Shriners come get her, let them take her to Ohio. They can do this. It took me a while because I'm such a homebody. It took me a while to finally say, okay, yes, call the Shriners back, come and get her. But yeah, I've racked my brains trying to remember who turned us on to Angel Flight, and I can't for love or money tell you, but I'm very thankful to whoever it was because we have been very, very fortunate to have known about Angel Flight.
Do you happen to have a favorite flight that you took with us, or if Kara had a favorite flight?
Well, yes, I have a favorite plane. Rumor has it one of the airplanes actually had its own parachute for the plane itself. Can't really tell you a whole lot about that. All I know is, as a grandmother who has never flown in her life, that to me was the perfect airplane. Don't remember who it was, can't verify, vouch, but that was the rumor that one of the planes actually had a parachute for the plane itself. And I thought, oh man, if only every plane could be this plane.
I'm sure all of the Cirrus pilots listening are like, that's me. That's my plane.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was blown away. I had no idea such a thing, existed. And so for me, like I said, as somebody who's never flown a day in her life, and Kara teases me about it, and she's like, oh, Mimi, you love it. There's nothing to it. But anyway, yeah, that was my favorite plane for sure.
Yeah, they are pretty nice. And they are so high tech, and it literally feels like a video game sometimes when you're sitting in a Cirrus.
I bet.
So for somebody, or as somebody who is not a big flyer, can you tell us what it's like to fly in a small plane?
Oh, I know nothing. I know nothing at all. I know that for as the grandmother, schlepping them to and from the airport, everybody on the general aviation side of things was wonderful, and all the pilots and stuff. And it was very teary for me to stand in the general aviation waiting room window and watch them fly off. It's very touching and heartbreaking and whatever. And towards the end, the girls got so it was like, okay, Mimi, just drop us off on the sidewalk. We got this kind of deal. I guess it was old hat to them, but yeah. I know nothing. I just know that it's been a wonderful experience for us. Each and every one of the different pilot groupings was so fabulous and brought something new and different to the plate every time. So we met a lot of fabulous people as a result.
How would you say Angel Flight has affected your family?
Oh my gosh, such a blessing. I can't even begin. If Kara's had 20 flights, I can't even imagine how much that would have cost us in time, in money, etc. But just to be able to know that someone, and it being a visual flight was very reassuring because, once the initial trip was over and done, it was always just about checkups. So it was never like, this flight has got to happen. Somebody's got to take any chances. It was nice knowing that they were totally prepared at a moment's notice to scrub the trip and reschedule at a later date. That always made me feel real good because it made me feel really safe for Kara and whoever was flying with her.
Does she still receive checkup appointments? I feel like we haven't flown her maybe in a year-ish.
Yeah, you haven't flown her in a while. And the last time they went, Larissa and Kara said that they're they've done, Shriners has done all they can do for Kara. And there's so many other kids out there needing more than what they can offer her that she's kind of pretty much finished at 13. So I don't anticipate her going any more in the next 5 years. I think she's over and done with what they can do. And I mean, realistically, she's had the scars on her left shoulder for most of her life, and that's all she knows. And that's all. And she'll be the first to tell you, because for a while there, I pushed the whole potential cosmetic surgery issue because I was afraid she's going to get older, she's going to be self-conscious, whatever. And she's like, Mimi, these scars on my left shoulder, they just prove I'm a tough chick. I'm like, okay, she's got the right attitude. I need to quit stressing out about, her worrying because scars are all and it's only in that one area of her body.
That's awesome.
So if I could she's got the best attitude. If I could just make her wear more sunscreen, then all would be good. But it is what it is.
I mean, I think everybody struggles with wearing more sunscreen.
For sure.
But I would like to bottle that little personality and sell it. You probably saw that better
She's
than you could
awesome.
most like face creams.
Yes, and straight up, they told her in like when she was little, when she first got there, they're like, this kid's tough, and had she not been so ferocious and tough, she never would have lived through what she went through. So I'm grateful that she was such a badass little kid because, it kept her alive. I mean, she got burnt really, really bad. And when we were at the hospital, when it first happened, they had her in a crib with like glass, I don't know what they are, glass wall. And they wouldn't let me touch her because she was burnt. And they were scared I would cause her to have infection. And she's 2 now. She's in this crib and she's like, Mimi, pick me up, Mimi, hold me tight. And I wasn't allowed to touch her, and that was really hard. But thanks to you guys, it's so much better. She's rocking.
We love
this whole
Kara.
teenage thing. Oh my God,
Lynn,
I love her too.
when did we meet? I think I came down to Virginia maybe 5 years ago. You were doing a fundraiser for us.
Yes, there was a paper airplane thing at the Wegmans Shopping Center that somebody was doing. That was supposedly the first annual, and it was in memory of somebody's father that was a pilot, perhaps. It's been a while.
Yeah, it was so fun. But Kara was so rambunctious that day.
Oh, she's so rambunctious.
Yeah.
But now her clock is different because she's a teenager, so she stays up all night and sleeps all day. So she's a little vampire.
I miss those days. Now we go to bed at like 9 p.m. and are up at 6
Oh,
a.m.
Speak for yourself,
girl, I went to bed at 5 one day. I was thrilled. I feel you.
So what was it like getting to treatment? Did you guys have to go to Shriners ever without us?
I really don't think they did because I think what happened the first trip when she went to Shriners, the 3 Shriners people showed up and flew her there in like whatever you call it, Metaflight. And that's the first time even Larissa had been in a rescue squad. So the Shriners came and got her and flew her to Cincinnati. And then they kept her for like 3 weeks. I don't remember how long because this has been a few years back. Larissa and Kara flew back commercially, like through LaGuardia and all that. And then after that, I think everything else has always been Angel Flight. I don't think there's ever really been any other trips that I can remember. I think they've always just flown to and from because, you guys could get them there so quick and every other method was so slow and whatever. So, yeah. I think everything since the initial time was an Angel Flight visit.
Yeah, I can't imagine driving that distance when you have your child who's so badly burned. It just seems like a very uncomfortable way to go.
Oh, for sure. And for like Larissa, coming back and that being her, first commercial flight alone. And she's got this little kid and the kid's 2 and she's all, bundled up in all these compression garments. And I'm sure it was probably the flight from, where, but they made it all these years later. We're doing marvelous. I
love to hear that. I always get so excited when we get your card every year with Kara's school picture and her update on what she's doing.
I can't believe how old she looks.
I know. Yeah, she's really tall, so I fear that strangers probably expect too much out of her. Yeah, because Larissa and David are both really tall, so she's definitely got that tall jeans thing going on. But she is like, here's a prime example. She went to spend some time with her dad's aunt, who she calls her other Mimi, and she packed like her softball gear. So I'm like, Kara, I don't see your like whatever that thing is, that batting cage thing. Oh, Mimi, I packed it. I brought it with me to South Carolina. She's like,
I love it.
Yeah, she's not a girl that's going to pack all these clothes. She's going to take her softball gear. One time before, she went to spend the night with her girlfriend, and instead of packing a bunch of clothes, she packed like a volleyball or a basketball or something in her backpack. She's so funny. Yeah.
That's awesome.
And this is her. I mean, this is not us forcing the sports thing on her. This is Kara. She's decided that she's going to embrace all these sports, and she's rocking it. She really is.
If she becomes a big star one day in the sports world, I hope she doesn't forget about us little people.
Yeah.
Oh,
right.
God, no. Yeah. She just played travel. Her mom's like, okay, Kara, if you're going to do travel ball, if you're good enough, you got to wait till I buy a brand new car because we're not traveling all over the place, in a secondhand car.
She's going to have to get her pilot's license next.
Exactly. Yeah. No, I think basketball is her big love. She, with the height thing and all going on, she winds up playing for both teams. So that height is really paying off. And I do think basketball is her first choice sport. But no, she's embracing the sports, and that's all Kara. That's her choosing to run around the field and all that good stuff. Better her than me.
I'm always so jealous of people who like are just naturally athletic and don't have to try and figure it out, because I know for me, I definitely joined the sports teams because it was the cool thing to do when I was growing up. That's what everybody did. That was like social time, and it was not promising.
I think with Kara, it's a thing, I'm going to keep myself busy. I'm going to immerse myself in all the sports possible. I'm not going to give myself a chance to sit around and get bored and whatever. So I think it's mostly her, keeping busy with sports. So she's it's been good for her. She's doing great. She really is.
That's awesome.
What is one final thought you would want to leave our listeners with?
Oh my gosh. If you need to get from here to there, don't stress it. Reach out to Angel Flight by all means. I mean, they'll help you if they can. We've met so many wonderful people. Nobody's asked us for a penny. We haven't gotten kicked off a plane because we accidentally packed a bottle of shampoo. It's easy peasy. It's wonderful. And for those of you out there that like to fly, my God, volunteer for Angel Flight. It'll give you an excuse to fly your plane and you'll be doing good. And we always doing something good. It does so much more for the person giving than it does the person receiving. It will really make your heart feel good. So I say, go for it. No matter which side of the coin you're on, go for it. Angel Flight is awesome.
Lynn, you are the best. We love you so much and are always so appreciative of all the support you give back to us.
Yeah,
You're so funny.
Love it.
I love
And
you
you
guys.
are absolutely our number one fan on Facebook. I
How
don't know
funny.
if
I
it's
love
something that we have to do to assign you as that like top fan badge, but you need it.
Yeah. You need like a
It is
trophy
all
or
good.
something. Yeah.
A badge, right? It's wonderful. Thank you guys for making it happen over the telephone. Sorry about the whole crazy laptop, whatever. But yeah, this is good. This is really
No,
good.
it's okay. Yeah, we appreciate you sharing your story and telling our listeners about Kara's story. And obviously, if you ever need us in the future, you know where to find us.
Oh, you know it for sure. Thank you guys for everything.
Thank you.
Thank
And tell
you.
Kara we said hi.
I will. Y'all take care, okay? Have a wonderful rest of your day.
You too.
Bye.
Bye, Lynn.
Bye. Bye.
Oh my gosh. So the story that I was going to tell when I mentioned me not being very good at sports.
You know, I had a good chuckle about that because I was about to be like, I'm the athletic one ish.
You're not. But so just to give the listeners a chuckle and an idea of who they're listening to. Growing up, the cool sports to do at my grade school was softball and volleyball. And everybody who played one played both. And I went to Catholic school, so the parents were very involved, and I played softball, and the umpire was a dad of one of the girls on another team. And so I was not good at softball. Volleyball I was better at, to the point that the umpire dad looks at my dad at one of my volleyball games and said, "Oh, thank God, I'm really relieved that she can play one sport."
That's the definition of your athleticism. And Maddie has been trying to get us to join a sports league.
And Jess's version of us joining a sports league is a kickball team.
If Ryan is listening, he would be very happy. We started a young professionals committee, and a guy on it, Ryan, actually told us about his kickball league and said it's more of a social circle. So I said, what better social activity can we do than playing kickball on Tuesday nights until 9 p.m.? That's
I can
late.
think of a lot of things that I can do on a Tuesday, like not kickball.
So is that like a hard no or like 50% no?
We'll leave it as a soft no. If anybody else is out there and wants to come to Conshohocken and join us for an exciting round of kickball,
You're really selling it here.
I can't even say it with a straight face. I really hope people are watching this on YouTube and not just listening so they can see my discomfort.
I don't think I was ever good at kickball in school, but maybe in my 30s. It's what I've been missing out on.
I think the last time I played kickball was at that said grade school, and I'm pretty sure I hit the priest with the ball.
I could say a lot right now, but I'm not going to. I'm going to plead the fifth.
Well, that just explains how I've made it this far. Well, probably why I made it where I am, but depending on how you look at it.
I have so much to say right now. I can't wait to go offline and just roast you. I will not do it publicly.
See, this is the fun part. I think my favorite part about our podcasting is that people start to learn that Jess is not innocent. And
I'm so nice.
You're not.
I'm like the nicest out of the two of us. I'm the nice one, and you're just the blunt one.
But see, that's the difference. You're as mean as I am. I just tell it to your face.
Yeah, but that's scary. Remember, people think you're off-putting and they're like, we just thought you were not a nice person and didn't like us. And then you talk to people and you're like, wow, she's still kind of mean, but in a nice way.
To reference what Jess is talking about, I tried dating recently. That's what I was told.
That is verbatim what he said. And if that doesn't describe us, nothing will.
So for more information about flights with Angel Flight, the passengers, how they're enjoying it, how our pilots love what they do, or the disaster that is my dating life, please tune in next week.
I'm sure we'll have a story.
See you Monday.
Bye.
That's it for today's episode of Takeoff Talk with Angel Flight East. If you want to learn more about our services, please visit our website at www.angelflighteast.org or call our office at 215-358-1900. Join us in our mission. If you're a healthcare worker or a patient in need of air travel and flight services, AFE is here for you. Subscribe to the show so you can hear more stories. Join us again next week right here on Takeoff Talk.